I think it's a serious issue. It comes up every single year and has come up for many years. So I would hope we would accept this report. If somebody wants to put a resolution, there's zero tolerance or that's it, fine, we can specifically address that. But after this open fire season, I'd like to see the fire department come back and say, give us a very, much more specific rather than a general report. And, well, I've made my case. Thanks, Mr.
Councillor Myers.
Intending to ramble here.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara. Could we just ask Paul to provide us, what would be the phone number for the public to contact? I'm sure you don't want them calling 911. So what would be the phone number that you would want the public to use, and perhaps our media friends tonight can make sure that that's included in any coverage about this, and that we as councillors can refer people?
For a burning permit.
Yeah, well, to report. This came up for me because of constituents complaining. What's the number to call to complain about an infraction from a neighbor where it is not being properly considered?
Through the acting mayor to Councillor Myers. Just be the general fire department line, not the 911 line, but the general line is 949-3335. We call and Myers. It would basically what we do. We respond with a pumper company. The truck goes out, gathers the necessary information, either puts the fire out based on what they find, based on what the situation is there, and then returns, leaves it in a report. It is followed up by the inspection division on the following day.
Okay, just to be clear, you're saying that you'd send out a fire truck?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, so
Yes,
this again sounds like we're trying to kill a gnat with a cannon here. I asked for this report in the first place, and I want to come back to the reason was the nuisance aspect. I realize Councillor Button's talked about the environment, and I've talked to Dr. Northern and all these other issues, but when someone has their load of laundry in their solar dryer out there, their white sheets, and the neighbor's fire has got ashes galore coming over on it, and they want to call and report that this is a nuisance, how do they deal with that?
This is the number that he provided.
They call and a fire truck has to come out?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what
Through the acting mayor.
There's got to be something wrong here somewhere. Anyway.
If I can comment through the acting mayor to Councillor Myers, just on that point, we are bound by our legislation, the Fire Protection Prevention Act, that we have to respond to all complaints. That is part of our legislation. So if somebody calls, we have to respond with a fire services truck with 4 gentlemen, and they go there and they'll deal with the situation. And they, again, we're bound by the legislation we work under, so that's how we have to respond.
Which is bringing me full circle back to why I thought if we had a bylaw that could deal with this nuisance aspect without it obviously costing hundreds of dollars, which that response would be. So I'll leave it for tonight. I'll accept the report, but through you, Acting Mayor, I think this issue is still not resolved in the way the constituents had it as an issue. It's absolutely ludicrous that we would be sending out a team of 4 firemen and trucks and to in fact ask someone to adhere to a permit that I think I understood had a component to it that they're to extend courtesy to their neighbors. That's in the guideline. How do we enforce that? That's what I come back to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.